everyone, and welcome to the Sim Twins channel. I'm Brooke, and today we are going to be doing something on this channel a little bit different than our usual Sims content. So today, instead of playing with the Sims, I'm actually going to be talking about this app called the Plumtree app. It's a really awesome way for you to build family trees for all of your different legacies and everything like that. And the link is theplumtreeapp.com. I will also make sure to put that link in the description below. I found this app because I was reading a Build Newcrest Legacy series, and I really enjoyed the series a lot. And actually, the person who was writing that series, I will link that series in the description below as well, so you can check that out. That person, her partner, actually built this app. And so it's really cool that this app is free for everyone to use, and it's super fun. But I had a lot of people actually asked me in this Discord group that I'm in, the Simmer group chat. They asked me about this app, and so what I'm going to do in this video is I am going to create a family tree for the Lunar New Year family that we created, and also show you what it looks like when you see bigger families. So let's just dive right in. The first thing you do is you create an account, and I'm already logged into my account, so I'll just go over here to the menu button, and then you just can scroll down, and after you see your trees, you can create a new one. As you can see, I've already created quite a few different family trees, but so I'm going to go here and click create new, and this will be the Lunar New Year family tree. And then the description, you can write whatever. I'm just going to say the Ye family is an Asian American family who wants to keep their Chinese heritage alive. Okay? And then all you have to do is create tree. You can also upload an image that will become the tree's main image, sort of like a Facebook header image, that kind of thing. So we're just going to create this tree, and so then what you see here is this is your main page, and what you see is that you have this one little thing here, and you have two things you can do. You have this little tool thing, which edit, and you can edit the node. So each thing on your tree is called a node. And what you do here is you set the node's person, you can set their partners, you can set their parents, and you can also delete them away from your tree. So what I need to do is add some people to our tree. So you go to actions. Actions, you can save your tree, you can publish your tree, or you can delete your tree. But if you need to add Sims to the specific tree you're working on, you go to edit, and then you click on people in tree, and then you'll see the manage people in your tree page. You will just click the add someone new green button. And so I'm going to upload an image, and these images are just the screenshots that I have from the game. So you can just go to your documents, EA, The Sims 4, and then go to screenshots, and the screenshots should have all of the screenshots that you have done. I have done so many screenshots, and I really should have made sure that I got the names of these screenshots before I started doing this. But so this is the mother, this is the father. So we're gonna do the father first. His name. So after you upload the image, you can also crop the image, but that seems pretty good because it's like right on his face, which is what I want. You enter their names. So his name is Hui Ye, and then you can add a description. I'll just say the patriarch of the Ye family. And then this is the great part about it, is that you pick your traits. And so these are all set from the game, so they're all traits that are within the Sims 4 canon. If you do have special traits that are custom content, you can always type them in and add them to the database. But as you can see, there's a bunch of different ones. So like even the special traits that you get, such as responsible, like if you have the parenthood pack and you get the responsibility trait as you grow up, you can add those in your traits. And so the father, he is a dog lover, he is family oriented, and he is creative. And his aspiration is friend of the animals. And so there are different life states that you can also pick. You can do cat, dog, alien, ghost, mermaid, plant sim, server. And so he is actually just a regular sim. So I will do that. You can also add custom information if you want to. So you can really customize the sims in whatever ways that you want. Maybe I will do this and I will say what his job title is. So for the title, it'll be job title, and his title is veterinarian. Did I spell that right? Vet. I'm just gonna put vet because I don't know how to spell that. So yes. So then we will create this person, and then you can see that he is in your tree. And so then the great thing is that if you go back to your tree, you can see here again that we have this circle here with nobody in it. If we go back to the tool and edit the node, we can set the person and it'll give you all the people that are in your tree. And so then you select them and you put them there. And then if we close out, you can see that he's been added. And over here, you can see information about stuff about him. So what you can see here are his traits, his aspirations, his life state, and I added more. His job title is vet. And so that is Huiye. And then what you will do is you will also go through and add more people into the tree. So I'm just going to quickly add in the family, and then I will show you the finished product once we're done. Okay, so now that I have all of the family members, Maylin the mother, Andrew the son, Esther the daughter, and Pepe the dog, I will go back to my tree and I will show you how to add all of those people to your tree. So first of all, I will add Andrew's wife. So you go and click on the node, you say set node's partner, you add a partner, and then you pick their relationship type. You have partner, ex-partner, married, or abduction as your choices. So they are married, and then you go in and select who that person is. And also the great thing is that you can add in multiple people. If they have many partners, you can add that in. If they have ex-partners, you can add that in on one person, and then you just save that information. And then when you close it down, you can see now that Malin has been added, and the M stands for married, for their relationship. And then if you click on this plus button, it will add in another little node here. And in this one, I will add their children. So the first one will be Andrew, their son. And then once you've edited the node's person, then you go down to set node's parents. And then you can pick how they were conceived, through woohoo, through alien abduction, or through cloning. Or if they're adopted, you can also say that they are their adopted parents. So here I am just setting Huiye and Malin as the parents of Andrew. And then when you go back here, you can see that Andrew is here. And also, if you have multiple generations, it's really easy to go in and add your grandchildren just by clicking on the plus button again. You can add those connections. So they have another daughter, of course. So I'm going to create another place for Esther. And then I am going to set her parents as Huiye and Malin. And then I will save that, and then I will go back to here. And so now you can see their two children. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more, and it's not their child, but it's their dog Pepe. And Pepe is a very important member of their family. So of course he will be included on the family tree. But of course they're not his parents, obviously. But there you have it. There is our little Lunar New Year family. Father Hui, mother Malin, son Andrew, daughter Esther, and our little dog Pepe. So now what I want to do is actually show you another family tree that I have created for my own personal legacy, because I want you to see like how big these legacy trees can actually get, and the app can actually get even more robust. If you have multiple families and have multiple family trees on here, you can make connections between each of those family trees. So say that you have somebody from one family tree marry another person from another family tree, you can actually create a link between those two people, so that if you click on that person in that one family tree, then you can click on that link and it will go automatically to the other family tree, so you can see that connection. And that's really cool. There is a great tutorial on the Plumtree app's website in order for you to understand how that works. It's a little more difficult than just doing what we're doing here. You have to grab some specific ID numbers and all that stuff. And I won't be showing you how to do that on here, but it is a really cool feature and something that I just wanted to point out. So I actually started doing this for my personal legacy challenge. I have been doing the ISBE challenge, of course, on our channel, and I will obviously, once our founder Eliza and Johnny have kids, I will be creating the Plumtree app tree for them, so then you can see the progression of their family tree as the series goes on. But since they do not have any kids now and they're not even technically married yet, I have not created their family tree. But once I do, I will definitely be sure to create this for you all so you can see the family tree and how it breaks down. Of course, before I leave this, I'm going to make sure to save this tree, because it's very important to save. And then I will also make sure to publish this tree, and you can say it's public, and you can also display it in a gallery so people can look at your family tree. It's kind of fun for me, honestly, because I love legacies in The Sims 4 and seeing different families. I love going to the gallery to see other people's. But if you are looking at someone else's that's not your own, this is how it will look. All you have to do is click the preview button and it will show you. If you haven't created this tree yourself, this is how it'll look to you. So you can see all these people in the tree, but you can't edit them. And then you can see the information here that has been added by the person. And so as you can see, this is just all the information that I added in when I created these Sims. But it's just really fun to see how the connections are. And so now I'm going to show you my bigger family tree because I think it's really cool to see a family tree that goes several generations in. I'm on the 5th generation of my legacy family here, so it's gotten really big. So I'm just gonna zoom out. As you can see, it does get really crazy. So yeah, Lulu was my founder. She was a conservationist, and she actually made it to the top of her career and helped to revitalize the Sulani Islands back to their original state without all of the trash and everything. And that was really fun to see that through her eyes. And this was her husband. He was actually a townie from the game, Ukapanapo. And she didn't actually know that he was a mermaid before they got married. So it's actually very interesting that I didn't know that he was a mermaid, even though he's like one of the pre-bet townies from Sulani. And so it was just kind of fun to see how I played with him once he became a part of our family tree. And then they had 2 children, Owlie and Beatrix, and then both Owlie and Beatrix got married. So Owlie married Mila Landgrab Pham, which was the daughter of Malcolm and Nancy Landgrab. I have the MCCC mod on that game that I'm playing, so a lot of things happened. And I remember at one point I got a notification from the game that said Mila Landgrab has been adopted by the Landgrab family. So that was really interesting to see that. And so she's actually the sister of Malcolm Landgrab. And then they had 4 kids actually. So they had Coral and Derek and Eloise and Georgina. And then Beatrix had 3 children with her husband, Alan. And all of this was actually, her family was all created through the MCCC mod. I didn't do this. This was just story progression at its works. There's 3 children, Adriel, Bella, and Devin, because I'm actually playing through this lineage of the family. I am doing strict equality, which means that every other generation has to be a different gender for the heir. And I'm doing firstborn. So Owlie, of course, was the heir for the first generation, and then Coral was the next heir. And Coral had 2 children with her husband Felix and Hattie. And I'm actually on the 5th generation now. And so Felix married this girl, Dallas, who was just created again through the mod, and their child is Isla. And so, so as you can see, their family tree gets really big after a while, and there's a lot of connections between them. But I love making sure that all of my little Sims are represented on this tree, even if I'm not playing with them in the actual legacy that I'm doing. It's just really fun to see how my family tree gets bigger and bigger, and it does take a little bit of time to do this, but I just really enjoy it because the family tree in the game is just not robust enough to do that. And I know that there are some ways in The Sims 4 that you can add all of these to like a it's like called the JedCon or something like that, but it's this open source data where you can create family trees like through that. But it's very technical. It's much more technical than the Plumtree app. So I suggest, if you don't know how to use that kind of software, to use this software, because it is much more intuitive for people and it is much more user friendly, I think, in a lot of ways. And it's just really cute to see these connections. And actually, one final thing that I'm going to show you that's really fun. So, Adriel, he was kind of a bad boy. As you can see, he has multiple children, but he's also had multiple people that he has had children with. And the interesting thing is that because I set all of their family, all of their parents separately, if I hover over one of them, you can see that, where Adriel and the ex-spouses, you can see that their little pictures light up and the others The other 3 photos are kind of their opacity goes down, so you can make sure that like if you have different children with different people, that you can see those connections, which is just really interesting to me. I really liked that feature. I thought that was a great feature because especially with Adriel, since he had so many different children from different women, it was interesting to see that that's how this app actually worked when it came to how they do the parental connections with each node of the tree. So yeah, that is the Plumtree app. I really hope that you all enjoy it and use it for yourself. And if you create your Plumtree families, share them in the gallery, make them public. They're just super fun. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good night. Bye.